We've got a Philco 40-120 AM radio with police band on it, broadcast and police. And this has been in my collection. It's downstairs. It's not even in the Vintage Media Museum, and it was up on a shelf, and I just wiped it off. And I don't think I've ever plugged it in. I guess that's an antenna connection. Yeah, it says antenna on there. And the power cord, and then there's the model number. So the cord is in pretty rough shape. As you can see, it's a little chewed up. But I'm going to be very careful and plug it in. I'm not going to touch the cord. And we're going to plug it into a 60-watt light bulb check circuit. So let's plug it in. And I think the light's on. Let's see if the power's on. Is the light burning? Yeah, it's burning barely. Okay, so we don't have a dead short, but I don't have any audio. Actually, I do just barely hear a little bit of hiss. Just lay it down on its back. Turn it up. We do have a lamp there. That was in police. Should have a channel there. Okay, so let's just plug it directly in. Okay, got it plugged in directly now, and I turned the light on, turned the power on, and that light pulsed real bright and then got dim. So yeah, I'm just barely hearing a little bit of crackle. So we got some issues here. So let's pull the cover off and take a look and see if we can pull the chassis out of the radio and see if we can figure out what's going on. We might even have a loose tube or something in there. And again, be careful with these cords, guys. This one, I don't see any direct shorts, so that's why I'm plugging it in. But it's cracked, so you need to be really careful when you're tinkering with these cords. And I've got some new cord here that I can replace when I get ready to do that. But let's pull this off. We'll pull these screws out and pull the back out and pull it apart and see what we can see. Okay, we'll pull the cover off here, and the screws are kind of cracked there a little bit. But this is pretty cool. Look at this antenna. Wow. I love it. I'm going to have to use two hands. Okay, got the box with the asbestos liner. And cellophane is in beautiful shape. But there's the asbestos liner. Okay, let's see here. Well, this has been worked on before. Look at that. Yeah, somebody has replaced the filter caps. And they replaced an orange drop here. These wax caps need to be replaced. What's going on here? Not sure what that's about. Ground wire. And these are the Lockdoll tubes that so many guys hate because they are hard to get in and out and mess up. Okay, the speaker has been glued and it's loose on the frame. Let's set this down on this here. And let's see if we can wiggle the tubes and get a crackle out of it. There we go. I'll just wiggle the tubes, see if we can get any crackle. So let me plug it back in. See if the tubes are all lighting. Okay, there's the dial light works. It's got two antennas, one for police band and one for broadcast. That's pretty cool. The one is going one direction and one's going the other. Okay, we do have a little bit of a hiss. Let's see if all the tubes are lighting up. They're probably string. Those two are lit. These two, I don't see any filament on these two. And I've got, I don't see filament on the preamps either. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it looks like we're missing. Turn the light back on. It looks like these tubes are not lit. These two, the 35Z3 and the 35A5 are working. But the IF and RF amps are not working. The preamp, not sure if that's working. The detector. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just yank these out and check them on the tube tester. I suspect since there's 4 of them that don't look like they're lit, that we got a series string issue going on here. We could pull the schematic on this. I'm sure I've got the schematic somewhere. But let's flip it up and see if we've got filament voltage on any of these, because all 4 of those being bad would be extremely unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. Okay, I replaced one bad capacitor here in the audio circuit, these audio tubes here, and this 0.02 was registering as a 0.05, and I have some audio, so we're getting there. I don't know whether this is any good or not in this circuit. But we've got lots of other papers in here, so this coupling cap right here is very subject because it's on the wiper control of the audio, so we're going to pull that one and replace it, and it's a 0.005, so we'll replace that one and then we'll see if we're improving in audio. Okay, it's coming alive, so we replace that 0.005 with a 0.0047, was the nearest equivalent. So I wonder if this is any good or if this is the right cap. I probably ought to pull out the schematic, but let's see what we can find out. Okay, well, let me show you what I've done here. This circuit, I didn't have 45 volts here consistently. It would come and go. And I put a meter lead on here. I would gain audio. So first of all, this cap was open from the speaker, from the volume control over to the control grid of the first audio. And so I wasn't getting audio through. I could put a listener, the audio signal tracer over here on the speaker control, the volume control center conductor, and had really good strong audio. And but the plate circuit, the plate voltage on the tube was not what it was supposed to be. So I traced the plate voltage back over to the power supply, and the plate voltage, let me see if I can show you here. The plate voltage gets its power through this 220K resistor, and it was open. This transistor was open. This resistor was open. So I replaced the 220K ohm resistor, and I replaced a couple of these bad caps. But this resistor was open, so I wasn't getting power to the plate to drive audio to the output. So I could get audio into the tube, but I couldn't get audio out of the tube. So now we've got and we're in the Faraday cage, so I'm not sure we're going to get. And this speaker, you see the speaker needs re-glued, so it's vibrating and breaking up real badly. So we'll re-glue that and then let it settle down, and we've got our audio back. So now we've got the Philco 40-120 working. Okay, I got the speaker glued and it's drying, and I replaced the power cord with a new power cord, and got it set in there. And it's a pretty heavy duty cord, but it'll do the job. And it's a kind of an antique cloth covered, so it'll turn out nice. So I'm going to let this glue set up, and we'll do a little cleanup on it and get the metal cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll put it back together and set it on the shelf. Okay, I've got it finished, and turned out beautifully. And I've got the select antenna next to it. Without that, I don't get hardly anything on 550. I mean.
Take the risk, bet on himself, as it were, then coach with whatever conditions Jerry Jones was trying to implement on him.
Makes a big difference.
Might have been a lifelong fan. That was.
Okay. And we're dead in the middle of the band here. What's that? 850.
Separating us from the world, separating us from the sin that we formerly did, and we need to have that sanctification. We will have it if we are truly God's children.
Got a lot of interference with junk up here. 99. That's the one channel we get up here. Christian radio. Okay. Okay, so that's about it on broadcast. Let's see if we can get anything on the 160 meter. All right, let's hook up an antenna wire and just stick it up here in the shack and see if we can get anything there. Something there. Okay, I had something on 160 here earlier. Got a little bit of dirt touching on the fins of the banana slicer. There we go. Or right at the top of the AM band or at the bottom of the 160 meter. And that could be an AM channel that's at the top of the AM band. Let's see if we can pull it in. No. So let's go there. Well, they're definitely not the same channel. I suspect that that's a AM 1600 kilohertz. We'll wait and check it again tonight and see on the police band if that's a AM broadcast frequency. It probably is. It's just they're overlapping slightly, and the sensitivity on the police band is a little better than the AM band at that frequency. So anyway, I'm real pleased with how the radio turned out. It's a cute little thing, and that'll look good in my office.